Hey everybody, how's it going? Here in just a minute, I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dishes with elk. This is the wild elk cheeseburgers and some sauteed mushrooms. Hope everybody enjoys. I'm going to show everybody how I like to cook elk hamburger. When we get our elk, most of it gets made into elk hamburger, and what's a little left is made into the good steaks. But for the majority of it, it's hamburger because it's really versatile and we can make it into a lot of dishes. So this is kind of my favorite way to cook elk. It's a little different than beef, obviously. It's a lot more lean. So I like to cook it not as long as you would like a regular steak. Or you treat it more like a medium rare beef steak. You don't cook it as long. So this is going to be some elk hamburger and sauteed mushrooms. And we'll get some mushrooms ready, get the pan preheated, and we'll start the video. So I just put 2 little hamburgers in the pan. It's preheated. And now I'm going to go over and I got some mushrooms out to get ready to saute them. Just kind of remove the stems so I can chop them easier. I'm going to go ahead and just chop them into little strips. Throw them in with the elk once I flip it to the first side, because I'll get one side cooked, I'll flip it, and that's about the perfect time to throw in the mushrooms so they don't burn. So this is the first flip on the elk burgers. I cook them a few minutes per side and then continually flip them so they don't get too cooked on one side or the other. So they got the nice brown starting to go, just getting kind of crispy on the outskirts. This is pretty good. Just starting to chop the mushrooms. So we'll throw those in here in a second and continue on. These are going to be elk cheeseburgers with sauteed mushrooms. They should be pretty good. I'm going to turn the temperature down a little bit. I don't know if this is going to show up on camera, but the elk burgers are pink in the middle. They're about, I'd say, probably rare for a steak. So we'll cook them a few more minutes until they get about medium rare. That's the way I like it. I don't really season the elk that much. I just throw on a little bit of seasoned salt, a little pepper. But I think the meat has good enough flavor as is, so pretty much just leave it alone. But this is our camp food. Every time we go elk hunting, we bring last year's elk burger and some vegetables and some potatoes and fry it up just like this every time. This is about as good as it gets when it comes to camp food right here. So we're going to get the mushrooms in there real quick. So here it is, bunch of chopped mushrooms, the elk burger, and when I make them the cheeseburgers, I always put the cheese on about the last minute and then just put my lid on and it'll just melt right over. And then I add some bacon to it, bacon bits. We always, when we're hunting, we bring actual bacon packs in here in the kitchen. I'll probably just use bacon bits between the cheese and the burger, so they're between it, so it gets nice and steamed and it's held in there really nice by the cheese. It makes it really, really good. We're gonna let these mushrooms cook for a second and they'll be about ready. Since I turned the heat down quite a bit, I'm gonna give it another minute for the mushrooms to cook because I'm slow cooking the hamburgers. They're still a little bit rare in the middle, so I'll give that another minute too to make it medium rare. And then I'm gonna throw the cheese on for the last minute just to let it melt in. And then we'll have our homemade elk mushroom cheeseburgers. Alright, just gonna throw the cheese on now. I just cut up some Colby and I also got some Gouda. So yeah, people always ask, oh, you really bring all that when you're elk hunting? You must not go that far or whatever, but we bring it all because we have coolers that keep ice and keep frozen hamburgers for days. It's better to keep yourself full and hunt on a happy stomach than go out there hungry every day. So we bring the best stuff we can bring, keep us out there long enough to get more. So throw the cheese on real quick. I'm not going to put bacon on this one because I didn't really want to dig it out. Otherwise, like I said, the bacon will go right under the cheese here, so it melts between the burger and the cheese, and that way it doesn't kind of fall off the top. So just another minute and this whole thing will be ready once it melts over. Well, here it is all finished. We got our elk cheeseburgers and sauteed mushrooms. If you wanted to cook some actual vegetables, you could do that too, like onions, just as an example. If I had onions, I'd saute them in here, but I just have the mushrooms, so that's what I get, which isn't bad. But anyways, yeah, here's our elk cheeseburger, kind of camp food. It's what we always eat because it's dang good. It doesn't get any better than that. So, thanks for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed.